So good day, welcome to Martinez Design and our tutorial on mansion creation. So in this place we want to work on site developments. Let's create a little bit of site activities. So what you do is that we go to foundation. From foundation we mark the whole systematic aspect of the site. So the first thing is that there is from the floor plan there is a staircase at this back. So how do we do that? It's like clicking here and say edit in place. Edit in place, now say mirror this particular, yes, you do the mirror, then you say edit. From editing you click on sketch, so you align that to the wall system. So from there you adjust everything a bit to suit the whole system. Click here by bringing it to so that someone will be able to use the step to enter into building, and you click finish. Yeah, so you do the same thing here as well. Edit. In the editing you click so here you say edit and you create copy again. So you copy here, you put it here, cancel. So it rotates in order for you to get the proper, then you type 90 degree, so it's going to be appropriately placed where it's supposed to be. From here down you click edit. From edit now you edit parts, align this to where it's supposed to be. So you delete this or you align this to the wall so that you'll be able to read the level that you want it to be. Then from there you delete this, so bring another line from this point, so then align it to the wall. Good. So you set this and take it down, bring this to this position and say finished. So when you finish you have this in position. So your site activities are getting done. Click finished. So when you click finish, now you need to modify the site consistently by creating and say model in place. Look for sites, then click and say OK. Site works, your look is like that. Then so you start using extrusion. From the extrusion you click around the area you want your flower to stay. So things like that, you can click them all around, does no matter. In as for the stair will not allow the flower first to have its say, but I don't bother to that. So stop where it's supposed to be, because when you want to cut section you don't have issue with whatever you want to do. So we are through with this by just selecting. So the next one now you just like okay, trim everything, trim wherever is needed to be trimmed, trim everything one after the other. Where you do not have, create one, trim as well, so that by the time you are doing the drawing you have close look to whatsoever you are doing. You don't have any cause to be regretting or the constraint to be giving you headache. So those are the way you work your things around. So now once you have done this, you click on offset, then offset of 700 millimeter is okay. Do the same thing here, do it all around, and then offset is each other. So I don't need this particular one, I might not need this as well. So I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. So I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. So I'm doing everything tactically to make the design possible. So now as I've done that, then need to close them up, close everything that is closable. close everyone up. So now trim in a normal direction. Good. So you trim like that, trim and trim and trim. So you trim here too. So you do the trimming in all ways. Good. Trim, trim. So you do everything reasonably well. So you have done the trimming. Click finish whether you accept. Yes, it's good. So you change this you change the material, duplicates. So the graphics, click, you say this change to let's say site work. And the site work you are changing into something of a flower, black, no brass. It's okay by me. So you are staying in the sketch phone, don't go away yet. Just press 1 on your keyboard to duplicate almost at the same instance. Then you click edit at this space, then you expand this one by a little bit of let's say 100 mm. Good. So without copy, that's what you do. Without copying, and create a substantial amount of energy around what you are displaying. So click finish, then you change the height of this, reduce the height to let's say 170. Good. So here now you change the material to something of plain references, duplicate this and say duplicate again. IP appearance, just say ceramic whatsoever. Let me use this particular which use the same flow activities. So when you go to your 3D, can't you see? So this one is being selected, but one thing is that they are not at the appropriate level. So click that and say cut, and you place align to foundation. Say okay. Good. So they place themselves back to the right place that they're supposed to be. So that is how you are developing your site one after the other. The next thing to do here now is to bring the whole content into place by going to this place. Then I mark my first according to the parameter reaching me here. I want to use annotate and create the parameter, which is this one is one that is 8,000 millimeter by 47 millimeter. Yes, that's 47, a perfect rectangle. Now this space will allow us to create a lot of things, this parking space and so on and so forth. So the space for swimming pool, area design and whatsoever. So we are going to create a large big compound at this point. But before we start that aspect, what we need to do is that to emphasize what are those things that we want to put in place. Actually the door, the gate is going to be this side because this is where the general gate has been. So let's emphasize that by placing this into recommendation. So you put it here now. Good. So your gate size is 3,600, and normal is going to be 12 feet, and that is actually the appropriate distance. So click on copy and good. So from here now you can decide to say the mirror. From the mirror you click from here and change it here. Remember why this one is not making noise is because it's an annotate, which is just a normal drafting. It has no building elements in it. So you put this into place as well, then click on this and expand it. So let it be like 6,000. Let's say 6,500 because of the road. No, this is not it. It's supposed to be more than that. So let's click from here. Say okay. Escape it, escape, then select here and say 6,500. The width of the road. This and that. So now as we're having that here, click here and say the finite of the road, which is what you represent like this. Then you can now copy this one and bring it to somewhere here, because you cannot emphasize the full length of the road. That is not our design principle. So you do this by clicking here, divide it into 2, then trim it. So you have an entrance to this position, you have an entrance for that. So what we do is that I don't want you to continue directly just draw, because you know how to create and continue creating sites. No, all what we don't need now is to establish a confidence on what we are getting. So this is the route plan that you are seeing from above. So you can decide to say hide the category. Now if you don't want to see all this one below again, what you need to do is to come here and say view range. So from the level below you can just raise it to something like 3,000. Apply to it. What you do see is something, then you click here again, say apply to 3,000. Apply. Good. So that is the way they will disappear and they will give way to your, so you're going to see only what is above. So but it's not good enough for you except you are working on the foundation. For now I want to give it in that manner. So now you bring your double thick wall into possession by clicking here inside 225. That is the size of the block you are using. Click yes. So you're going to do the same thing by just bringing this here, this and this, including this and this one. So after you have done that, so what you need to do is that you are doing the annotation part. So click on the fill by putting a beacon into use rectangle to represent the beacon line, beacon number. So by the time you are doing that, you transfer this around the four side of the corner piece. So you select something in the middle so that will be easy for you. So you do it here. It does not matter, does not have any particular dimension. All you just need is to create a program that is suitable. So you continue doing that until you put everything in place. So good. So this one is set in that area. Or what you just need to click finish and set it to solid black so that it will be dark continuously. So your site has been is coming up little after the other. So your creativity about design analysis and everything is going to be set in this place. So by the time you do it, you're going to create set analysis, the total side of the building, how it's occupied, the total number of the land and everything. You specify it at the right side of the order. So As you are done with this one, so the next thing that you do is that you create a fencing, which is going to be a first foremost dwarfing activity. So click on this and say normal your wall you're going to use. As you click on that, you are going to start from foundation because your fence starts from the lower level. So 3000 is too high. I'm using 2500. So what I do is that I place it here. I use the pick line too, so I'm using inside to create that. This is fence. It has nothing to do with what you are doing with your project you have recreated, so that might help you if you leave it that way, so it will work like magic. So after you've done with that, you can now go to your 3D and see that you have created what you need to create, and something is still missing in this 3D, and that is the whole site activities, which is what topography. Now the topography, you go to massing and sites. So you go to topo surface and you start placing it where you're supposed to place it. So one thing is that the elevation is more important, because why? You need to understand that if you put it at a 0 level, it's going to be showing at that is 0 level. So what you need is to minus, because of the foundation, say minus 1000. So start putting it around wherever you want it to be. You are not doing a landmass something, you just want to let it function at that area where you are having it. Don't bother that you are not seeing it. Click all around and you click finish. When you click finish, go to 3D and see what you have created. So this is the topography, the surface you have created. So that is how it works. The moment you click on it, you see the category. You can change the material here by changing it and say green. So you want to use normal green like this, or you change it to something else so that you don't have the same color with the same appearance with your flower position and flower pot. So now you click here, appearance, go to site work, and the site work, change this to grass. So I'm changing this grass high quality. I'm using that as a specific function of what I want to create. So I have this in place, so at the top of it I can change whatsoever I want to change and put it there. So select this, go to your foundation or whatsoever, or you go to that 3D. So you select all this, you see they are jumping, they are not at the lower level. Click on that, control on your keyboard so that select as many as possible. As you have done it, you look at it, the base constraint at what level 1, so you change it and say level foundation. Everything is going to move down. By the time you are seeing it, you see there is no more jumping, the spaces and everything are enclosed. So you are going to assign another material to this space so that all this will not have the same look and the same pattern. So what we do is that you use pad. So at the pad, you go to your site again, that site, then you select rectangle, just draw around or through. You can be using your pick line tools, does not matter, but just select all this around and place them where you want them to work. So click finish, and I'm done. You look at it from here and you see that yes, you have created part. So the material you use, if it's okay by you, go to this and select and say material category. It might be using something as part. I don't want that, say duplicate. If you do duplicate, you can just see interlock. So from there now, look whether you select yes, you done. Click here and you change it, this, and you say site work. So here you see cobblestone concrete walkway. So whatsoever you know me that okay, it is okay by you that you can use to search around and see paper and things like that. There are many material. You can import material if you have tendency for it, but let me use this walkway, concrete walkway, and just say okay for me, and okay for me, and okay for me, okay for me. look at it in that side and see that okay, this is concrete work great and it's okay and fine. So before you now start doing everything one after the other, but for now this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to create what is it called, I need to create a gate at the same time create a road that this will go to. So how do we do that? Go to your site again. From here now you see architecture. What you do is components, so model in place. In model in place, come to site work. Here is site. Good. Go to site and call it road. So as you do that, then use extrusion to do this and draw what you need to draw from this edge. Draw the round. Good. So you do this, close everything. You can use the model to follow that pattern too. It doesn't matter. What is needed is that you put everything in close contact. So as you've done that, then you go to your 3D and go and see what you have created. So as at that level, what you have done is that those things are not on the level they're supposed to be, just the cut, and you say paste, align to say foundation, and say okay, thing we brought back, and then you'll be able to change the height to something like 50. Good. So it's almost the same level with this, so you can just increase this later, and that is how you create. So the design and everything is going to follow the fence when we start doing the fencing structure and everything. So from here we have started modeling the site and everything is taking shape. So feel free to watch and subscribe to our channel if you have never for one subscribed, and this is going to be a very complete build because we are going to do a proper documentation.